I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Grief doesn't keep a calendar. Anxiety doesn't clock out after 5. Depression doesn't care if it's your busy season. But support can still fit into your life. With Grow, you can find a therapist who meets you where you are. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more to find a therapist who works for you. And if it's not the right fit, switching is easy. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Find therapy on your time. Evenings, weekends, and cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and this is the Whispering Woods podcast. Welcome to day 5 of 12 nights of festive frights. I'll get straight into it. Are you ready for the first story? Ghosts of Antarctica. I started my journey to the last continent back in early August, finally making it to the ice 3 weeks ago. I'm currently deployed here through February. Everything was peachy until we moved into our permanent residence 2 days ago. Now, the barracks can hold about 120 people, but due to the contract, our barracks are reserved for 3 to 4 specific programs, all who are not here yet, so there are 3 of us living in this building, just us. Last night, I woke around 2 a.m. to a slight tapping on the wall connected to the other suite, where no one lives. I keep telling myself it was the wind or the result of an old building. After the tapping, footsteps could be heard in the hallway. I asked my co-workers about it, and they stated that they were all asleep at the time. 2 doors down is a room where a young man passed away in his sleep, and the room has a terrible vibe to it. You can see where they placed the lock after the incident, roughly 2 years ago. We also had an airman pass away on the floor below us earlier this year, losing his life to a blood clot. This building is dark, and it can be felt by just stepping inside. After talking to my co-workers, I found out that we had multiple issues on base. One with a large shadow moving through our workspace at night, gazing out one of our observation windows. Multiple people have run-ins with him. Apparently, multiple incidents have occurred with hearing and seeing dogs on base and out towards the location of Discovery Hut, a resting spot for Robert Scott in the early 1900s. At night, you're able to hear the dogs barking and howling at times. There are 0 dogs on continent due to technology, and that the local seals began contracting a disease attributed to the dogs. Also, the sounds are not made by the seals, as Weddell seals do not often bark like normal seals, but give off high-pitched, alien-like sounds. They do blow air out of their noses when you get close. Another issue we had was in 1979, when a flight from New Zealand flew into the side of Mount Erebus, the active volcano in our backyard. Our station played a huge role in the recovery of all 257 casualties, bringing their bodies through base, storage and the flight ops that went into taking the bodies home. The location of the incident site isn't that far from us and reachable within a day. We're located on an island, surrounded by frozen water. If you play into that side of paranormal studies, I'll continue to gather the local stories throughout the station and will update as I get more. Hope you guys are enjoying the stories and accounts. I would quite fancy going to work in the Antarctic. Maybe a scientist of some kind. But what was it? What was going on there? The thing that really got me about this one was the large shadow that lots of people saw. Because what was it? Was it kind? Was it malicious? Don't know, but I wouldn't want to see it. Are you ready for the second story? Black Stick Man Phenomenon. Encounter, Scotland, UK. I've always denied anything supernatural, but this experience changed my view on the world. My family and friends don't believe me, so I thought I'd paste my story here with all you open-minded folk. Here is a little about the area it happened in. I live just off the Isle of Skye in Scotland. In the village where I live, there are 2 bridges linking the mainland to Skye. It has a lighthouse and 2 cottages on a wee island between them, going back hundreds of years. There's a lot of folklore around the lighthouse. Everyone who has worked there over the centuries has always said the same story, which is that they heard loud voices calling outside the buildings and a massive change in atmosphere. But none of the workers who stayed there, from countries all over the world, could ever identify / understand what the language was, nor did they see who or what was calling out. Regardless, I don't know if my experience links to this, but it happened in the exact same area, which makes my story all the more creepy in my opinion. The encounter. One night, I was running the Skye Bridge after work at around 9 p.m. I stopped to take rest on the first bridge between the cottages and the mainland. The bridges were in complete darkness, and I was using my torch to see where I was going. I leaned on the barrier to catch my breath, looked out over the moonlit loch. When I turned my head and looked back into the streetlights, about 100 meters or so away. I was immediately stunned. The hair stood up all over me. My nerves were shot to pieces, and I was overwhelmed with shock. I watched what seemed to be a 20-foot, giant, blurry stick figure cross the road. It had no features other than see-through shades of blue and black. Its legs and arms were the same length, thin shape of its body, as was its tall, featureless head, all with squared off edges strangely. The scariest part of the encounter was the way it crossed the road from right to left in the street light. It took long, smooth, slow strides and didn't seem to make contact with the ground. It glided with its steps. When it reached the other side of the stone wall, it vanished, then instantly reappeared in the same spot and proceeded to cross the road again. It did this over and over and over until it never reappeared. It was the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It's hard to explain it, but it scared me. Since that day, I'm very nervous about going through there. It's always in the back of my mind. If anyone on here has had a similar experience, please contact me. I never shared it because I just thought everyone would think I was nuts. I didn't even know this was a known phenomenon until I started researching it, and my findings creeped me out further due to how similar other people's encounters have been. This story really creeped me out because I kind of see this stick man creature 20 feet tall in my mind, and it's really, really creepy. Walking across the road and then walking across the road again and then disappearing. I'm not up for it. Are you ready for the third story? My garden gnomes are moving. I've tried to write this post several times without sounding crazy and have not succeeded yet. So I'm just going to say it. My garden gnomes are moving. A friend gave me a couple of garden gnomes to go with a little statue that I already had on my front porch. Every night, they've moved. Last night, I made sure to look at and take note of them as I was going to bed. Sure enough, this morning, the two new gnomes were in a new spot. My old statue, the cat-eating garden gnomes, hasn't moved an inch, but the two new ones have moved every night. The porch is covered and protected from the wind, so it isn't that. Both gnomes remain upright, so it isn't animals either. My husband and dogs haven't been out front yet. Edit. I finally found my camera this morning and will be setting it up for the night. They have still been moving, but now that I've asked everyone that I know, I don't trust that it isn't them. My dogs have been barking much more at the front of the house, making me think that the neighbours are trying to prank me now. I love my neighbours. They have an amazing sense of humour. Edit 2. They have not moved since setting up the camera. I'm thinking of taking it down for a night to see if it's the camera. We've heard stories of this before, I'm pretty sure, with the garden gnomes moving. So maybe you do have naughty neighbours. Or are they moving on their own? I guess we'll never know. Are you ready for the fourth story? Lake Shawnee Swing Death. The history. Lake Shawnee is an abandoned amusement park in West Virginia that closed in 1966. There were up to 6 deaths at the park, one of which was a girl who died on the swing ride. The story goes, a delivery truck backed into the path of her seat while the ride was in motion, and she hit the back of the truck. There is very little documentation on the deaths of these children and the circumstances. My story. I have a vivid memory straight dream of a death at a small amusement park. I remember the magical Ferris wheel overlooking a lake/body of water. Everything was fun and exciting as I was enjoying rides with my family. I was on a ride when suddenly something abruptly happened and I was falling, then on the ground, surrounded by people crying and screaming. Something terrible had happened. I was unsure what, but I knew my family were upset. From the grass, which is an odd angle, I could see the Ferris wheel in the background. I remember how sad and horrific the event felt before the dream ended. For some reason, I thought there were more injuries/deaths at that time. I woke up with a strong feeling of loss and despair that lasted for days. I was grieving for this lost life. Today, I've never heard of this abandoned amusement park before today, but seeing the first image of the Ferris wheel instantly brought up this memory. I tried to learn more, but like I mentioned, there is very little information, and the park manager does not release the names he knows for privacy reasons. I always thought this dream/memory was significant for a long time. I thought it was a previous life because of how detailed the dream was and how real and significant it felt. Oh my, yes, it certainly sounds like something's come out of that sealed door. I don't know if it would even help sealing it back up now. I would say, what on earth possessed them to open it? But I'd probably do the same because I'm just nosy and I want to know what's going on. Spooky indeed. Are you ready for the fifth and final story? I opened a sealed door in my new house, and now weird things won't stop happening. Did I mess up? Hey Reddit. So, last month I moved into a super old farmhouse. The kind that feels like it has 100 stories tucked into its walls. The realtor was upfront about it being quirky, but nothing serious. Everything was fine until I noticed something strange. There was a narrow door upstairs between two bedrooms, completely sealed shut and painted over, like someone really didn't want anyone opening it. Naturally, curiosity got the better of me. Rookie mistake, I know, and I broke it open. Behind it, a staircase leading down, deeper than the house's basement. No light, freezing cold air, and this weird old mirror at the bottom. I didn't think much of it at the time. Figured it was some abandoned storage space. But since that night, I keep hearing knocking from that stairwell. I found footprints, bare, human-sized, in the dust outside the door. My cat refuses to go upstairs anymore. Last night, I swear I saw a figure standing in my hallway. But when I turned the light on, it vanished. I don't know if I'm freaking myself out, or if it's just the old house making noises, or if I really woke something up. Reddit, any advice? Should I seal the door back up? Bless the house, move. I'll post updates if anything else happens.
I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. One of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
I thought this story was really interesting because it's kind of like when you have deja vu, I imagine, and you're like, that this thing happened, but it's not happened. The mind goes a bit wobbly sometimes. But it does sound like they were that child who came off the swing. And we've covered Lake Shawnee in another episode. But it does sound, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because they recognise the Ferris wheel. And past life, for sure. That's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
A rich life isn't a straight line to a destination on the horizon. Sometimes it takes an unexpected turn, with detours, new possibilities, and even another passenger, or 3. And with 100 years of navigating ups and downs, you can count on Edward Jones to help guide you through it all. Because life is a winding path, made rich by the people you walk it with. Let's find your rich together. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.